Hey everybody, so I'm heading to Walt Disney World on Tuesday for a working vacation. So I'm about to do my packing and I thought I'd bring you along with me. So this is a bit of a different one for me because this is the first time I'm going to be working remotely from Walt Disney World. So I needed to pack my laptop, some work gear, plus all the things I want for vlogging. So it's going to be a little bit heavier on the technical side, but let's take a look at what we've got. So as you can see, my dog wants to come with me. She is testing out the suitcase to see if she will fit. It looks like technically she would. So typically I pack lighter than this. Usually I would just use a personal item if I'm using a budget airline, or maybe a personal item in a carry-on if I need a little bit more space. My parents are down there right now and they spent a little bit too much on Disney merch, so they need me to bring some back for them because it won't all fit in their car. So I went with a full checked bag this time, which gives me a little bit more flexibility to bring more mini ears specifically. So this is going to be my personal item on the airplane. I got this at the Disney outlet on my last trip. It's super cute with all the park icons on there. And it's got a nice padded area in the back for my laptop, so that's great. I'm also going to be using this for my park days when I have to have my laptop with me while I'm working. I don't typically like to pack that heavy for a park day. I usually go with a smaller backpack, but again, I'm going to have my laptop with me for the whole trip, so I had to plan a little bit bigger, a little bit heavier. We're going to make the most of it. For the weekend days when I don't need to bring the laptop with me, I do have this adorable backpack that I got on my last trip. So it's got the little Mickey balloons all over it. And if you haven't seen this style of backpack before, they've done it in both mini backpacks, larger backpacks, and even in fanny packs. But this new style has this slot specifically for your mini ears. So they stay nice and secure in your bag. There's elastics holding it in place so it's not going anywhere. So this is a really great addition for anybody who wants to take a break from the mini ears during the day if they start to hurt your head, or to give you a place to store them when you're going on a ride and you need to take them off, but you want to make sure that they're not going anywhere and they're not getting damaged in your bag. If you haven't used packing cubes before, I'm sure most of you have. These ones in particular have a second set of zippers, so that it compresses your clothes so you can get a lot more into a smaller space. But I'll go more into detail on that when I go through some packing tip tricks in a different video. So my last trip I went in January and it was a particularly cold week in Florida. So typically I would do Disney bounding there. That wasn't really an option because I didn't have Disney bounds for the colder weather. So I ended up doing, Spirit jerseys and Disney sweatshirts and a jacket to keep warm. So I'm really excited that the weather looks really good while I'm there and I can break out the Disney bounding outfits. So let's go through those now. Okay, so this first outfit is a new one for this trip. So I managed to find all of these pieces at a local thrift store, but this is for my casual belle strolling through their provincial town look. So I'm really excited to try this one out in the parks. My next one here is a classic. This is the Cinderella outfit. This is the first time I'm bringing in this new set of ears to go with it. If you get headaches from the mini ears, these are a really good option. Rather than the headband style, these use an elastic. I got these ones on AliExpress, but I know that you can get them from a lot of independent sellers. So they're a really good option if you're looking for something else for the mini ears. You want to wear them, but you don't want to have the headache issues. Also, I have a number of skirts like these. They have the shorts built in. I love these for the park, so you don't have to worry about another layer underneath. So you'll see a lot of the skirts I use are these same ones. These are from Shein as well. All right, this next one is my Sorcerer Mickey Disney bound. So I've got the rope belt and the wraparound red dress. So I actually have a set of mini ears waiting for me in Florida that my parents bought for me. It's the new Sorcerer Mickey ears that have the blue and silver stars on them. Really excited to pair it with this outfit. So another thing I try to do as much as possible is I try to reuse pieces in multiple Disney bounds. So you can see here with the yellow shorts, the one on the left, I get a cute little Winnie the Pooh Disney bound. I've been debating getting the Winnie the Pooh ears. They're super cute, but I haven't pulled the trigger yet. And then when you look at the outfit on the right, that's my Snow White Disney bound. And again, this is the first time I'm going to be wearing these ears. Here's another new one to me for this trip. So this time I'm doing a Daisy Duck bound. So you can see I've got the white bottom, purple top, and this cute little pink bow for on top of my head. This is another case where I'm using the same skirt for two different outfits. So I'll show you the next one now. So this is probably the one I'm the most excited about. I've been trying to get together this Jolly Holiday Mary Poppins bound forever. I finally have all the right pieces. These are all from Shein. And this cute little headband at the top, I think really will make it pop. Moving away from the characters and into the theme park rides, this one is my first ever Tower of Terror bound. So this is actually the first pair of ears I've ever gotten. This was a gift from my sister, and I probably got them 2 or 3 Christmases ago. This is going to be the first time I finally found an outfit to pull these off. This one I think is pretty self-explanatory. Ever since I found this skirt online, I've used this Disney bound every single trip. This is the first time I'm adding the ears to it to really complete the package. Last but not least, we've got a classic mini Disney bound. Again, this is probably one of the first bounds I ever did, but I just got these ears on my trip in November, so this is the first time I'm pulling this all together. So I'm really excited for that. So last couple things, I am going in February. The weather is supposed to be in the 20 to 28 range while I'm there. That's Celsius, obviously. But in the evenings, it can still get cooler. So to make sure that I'm prepared for that, what I do is I just add in a pair of black and a pair of white leggings. That way I can just throw these on underneath one of the outfits if it starts getting cooler in the evenings. Same thing, I'll bring a black set of sleeves so I can throw those over my shoulders to keep warm in the evenings, but I'm not obscuring the outfits that I've put a lot of time and effort into curating. So I tend to roll everything up and stick them into these packing cubes. And then if you just give me a second, I'll show you how they zip up and how I can compress this all to really save space. All right, so this is the tough part. So I'm going to zip it closed. I have everything for all of my outfits in these 2 small packing cubes. So it's great that it's already contained. And then you'll see a second set of zippers here. So now we're going to start with that. Depending on how much you have crammed in here, this can be a bit of an effort. But they basically work like a vacuum bag, but you don't have to worry about bringing something to vacuum it back up when you're coming back home. So I actually really love these. All right, so there's the first one there. Let's get the second bag. Second one's about half this size. And I didn't particularly overstuff them this time around. So if I end up buying something while I'm there, I'll have a little extra space to bring them back home. But especially this one, I could probably fit more in it and still get it compressed to about the same size. So all in all, this is my 10 days worth of outfits in just that amount of space. So as you can see, I'm popping it in my suitcase and I still have tons of space for more things. Obviously, I still need to pack up my ears and the belts, but that's not going to take a lot of room. I'll set those on top so that they stay safe during the travel. All right, so some other important items for the trip. Obviously, I'm going to be doing a lot of vlogging while I'm there. I do have a new camera waiting for me when I get there. I got the Osmo Pocket 3. I'm super excited to use this on the trip for the first time. But I'm actually traveling down with all the accessories for it. So I have this nice little carrying case, a new micro SD card, some screen protectors, a magnetic clamp so I can attach it to things while I'm recording. So excited to put that all together when I get there. If you're anything like me, styling your hair, you do it in the hotel room before you leave. You step out into the Florida humidity and everything doubles in size. So this time I'm bringing my curling wand. I'm going to see if pre-curling my hair before I go outside will help it keep a little bit more shape and not just look like a frizzy mess. So I'll let you know if that works out or not. Important thing. So typically if I'm spending full days walking around the parks and I'm worried about rain, I would usually bring a raincoat. It's much more convenient if you really want to maximize your day. You don't want the rain to slow you down. That's a great way to go. I'm going with a different route this time just because I am working from the parks. So my actual park, play in the park time is going to be limited. So this time I'm bringing a super compact, lightweight umbrella that I can throw in the backpack. So if I'm running from place to place, that's a great way to quickly cover myself, but I'm going to be spending a lot of the time in covered areas, in restaurants, finding places that I can work remotely while I'm there. So I figured this makes more sense than trying to fit the big backpack on my back underneath of my raincoat throughout the day. So this one's super important. So even if you're not vlogging and you're not trying to capture every moment of your day, you will find that you're going to go through your phone battery power pretty quickly. So if you're using the My Disney Experience app, if you're trying to book lightning lanes, you're constantly checking, you're doing mobile ordering, your phone is actually a pretty integral part of the Disney vacation. So I always recommend bringing a battery pack. I'm bringing a heavy duty one just because I know I'm going to have the phone and cameras and multiple things that I need to keep charged throughout the day. You can always do the fuel rod, which you can actually buy on Amazon in advance, or you can buy in the Disney parks, and they have free swaps there where you can swap out your dead fuel rod for a pre-charged one. So that's a really great option to keep your phone charged throughout the day. Obviously for charging overnight, I need an adapter because nothing has actual plugs on it. They're all USB now. This one in particular has 2 outlets on it, so I really like to take it when. So although I will have the Osmo Pocket for most of my vlogging, I will be doing some live streaming while I'm there. So I will need to use my cell phone as a camera as well. So I am bringing a selfie stick. This lets me get better distance and not exhaust my arm holding a phone for the entire time. So that's a really great option as well. The other thing I'm bringing with me is a travel mug. So this is good to keep hydrated throughout the day. I also like it because I tend to consume a lot of iced coffee, but I do it slowly. So I like to order a big size, carry it around with me for the day. So especially if I'm working there, this way I can go grab my coffee and I can enjoy it wherever I end up for a few hours. All right, so that's pretty much it for our packing for Disney. Obviously, there's some last minute things that I'm going to do. I'm not leaving for another couple days. So things like toiletries and the charging cables and stuff, I'm going to be obviously using those until the morning that I leave. So I think we're pretty much there. So thanks so much for joining me on this packing journey. I'm really excited for this trip. For any local people, maybe I'll see you there. Otherwise, make sure you subscribe and follow so that you can join this journey with me. I'll be finding cool places to work remotely throughout the parks. I will be there for the start of the Flower and Garden Festival, so we'll be capturing that. And I'll take you along with me on all of my adventures. So I'll see you there.